I wake up again, and everything's wet. This is the third time it's happened this week, and honestly, I'm getting pretty tired of it. There's a certain type of resignation that comes with waking up soaked for the third time in 7 days, and it's not the noble, stoic kind. It's the kind that makes you sigh deeply, because, really, what else can you do? I stare at the ceiling for a moment, contemplating whether I should just pretend my bed is a very shallow kiddie pool, but the smell brings me back to reality. Time to move. I go on autopilot, stripping the sheets off the bed and shoving them in the washer. I've gotten pretty good at this routine. Too good, in fact. The washing machine hums to life, and I look at the empty bed frame, bare and kind of sad-looking, like a skeleton stripped of its dignity. I have an appointment with Suzanne later, but first, I need to grab my money and take the bus. Dr. Suzanne is at 3 p.m., which gives me a bit of time to get my head together. I grab my change, shove it in my pocket, and head to the bus stop. The bus arrives with a hiss, and I step in, dropping my change in the fare box. The driver gives me a half-hearted nod, and I return the sentiment. I sit down, and all I can think about is what happened last night. It's the third time in a row that I've wet the bed. There's no point in pretending it's a fluke anymore. It's a pattern, and it's starting to get to me. Dr. Suzanne's office is small, but cozy. It has one of those motivational posters on the wall that says something like, "Hang in there," with a picture of a cat. I've always wondered why no one makes posters for adults with messages like, "You're doing your best and that's enough," or even, "You're not the worst." Now that's something I could hang in my bedroom. Suzanne is about 42, with short hair that frames her face in a way that makes her look like she's always about to say something insightful. She's quite a bit older than me, but I don't mind. There's something comforting about her. She's the kind of person you'd want around if you were having an existential crisis in a grocery store. She listens to my heartbeat, checks my weight, and takes my blood pressure. I've lost a pound, which feels like a small victory. "Have you been taking the medication I gave you?" she asks, looking up from her notes. I nod. "Yes." She taps her pen on her clipboard. "I want you to up your dose, but if that doesn't help, I know something else that might." She scribbles something on her prescription pad and hands it to me. "You'll need to take this to a medical supply store." I take the prescription and glance at it. Medical supply store. My stomach twists a little, but I nod anyway. Okay. Another detour. I get off the bus at stop 73 and make my way to the medical supply store. Inside, it smells like antiseptic and old carpet. There's a woman behind the counter, maybe in her 50s, with a kind face and fake blonde hair. She looks like the type of person who's seen some things, but still finds a way to smile. "What can I help you with, young man?" she asks, her voice warm. I hand her the prescription, and she takes a moment to read it. Then she nods, as if this is the most normal thing in the world. "All right, follow me to the fitting rooms." The fitting room is cold, and the fluorescent lights are buzzing. I sit down, my shoe untied, and stare at the floor. She notices and says, "Need me to tie it for you?" She's actually being sincere, and there's something disarming about that. I can tell she used to be a nurse or something. There's a warmth to her, but also a chill, like she's seen it all and still cares. She comes back holding a giant package. "These are called adult briefs," she says, her voice a mix of professional and gentle. "You mean diapers?" I reply, feeling my face flush. "That's what they are, right?" She nods, not missing a beat. "Technically, yes, but your doctor thinks these will work better for you than the pull-up type." She opens the package and pulls out a dummy to show me how to put one on. I have never been more embarrassed in my life. My face is on fire, and I feel like I might melt into the fitting room floor. She hands me an open pack, saying, "This one's on us. Try these out first to see if they work for you." I stuff them into my backpack, trying to be as discreet as possible, though the crinkling sound makes that a challenge. I finally get home around 5 p.m., feeling drained. I throw my backpack onto the couch and collapse beside it. I watch some TV, but my mind is elsewhere. All I can think about is tonight, whether these things will actually work. I keep glancing at my backpack like it's going to do a magic trick or suddenly disappear. Dinner is uninspired, frozen lasagna that I heat up in the microwave. I eat it while staring at the TV, barely tasting it. At 9:30, I decide it's time. I head to my bedroom and take out the package of nighttime protection, as the lady called it. I rip it open and I walk over to the mirror and do a little 360, feeling the bulkiness. It's weird. It's bulky and it crinkles, and I feel like I'm wearing a pillow around my waist. I put my pajamas on over it, which makes it slightly better, but not much. I climb into bed, trying to get comfortable. It takes a while. I toss and turn, feeling the bulk between my legs. Eventually, I drift off, my dreams strange and vivid. I wake up at 7 a.m., which is unusual for me. Usually, I'm up in the middle of the night, soaked and frustrated. But not today. I blink, feeling disoriented. Did I actually have a dry night? I reach down and check. Nope. I had an accident, but the bed is dry. These things worked. A strange mix of emotions washes over me. Relief, embarrassment, a tiny bit of pride. I guess this is my life now. I guess I'm going to have to wear these things from now on. Later, I go back to the medical supply store and get the larger size. The same woman is there, and she doesn't say much, just gives me a kind smile and rings me up. I've been wearing them ever since. It's not ideal, but it's better than waking up soaked every morning. Thanks for listening to my story. Life is strange, and sometimes it takes you places you never thought you'd go. This is one of those places, and I'm just trying to make the best of it.